Hey everybody, welcome to Dad's Gone Crypto. I am Crypto Dad Sean and joined by my ever so curious deep diver on ancient Bitcoin ruins, Crypto Dad Ryan.
Hey, everybody. Glad you're all tuning in today. There's no way we're going to ruin your day. Get it? But seriously, boy, have we got something for you today in Bitcoin runes.
Guys, have you ever wondered what it would be like to harness the power of the ancient ruins with modern Bitcoin? Stick around because today we're not just discussing the future utility of Bitcoin ruins, but we're taking you through a step by step guide in minting your very first ruins. It's a short but jam packed episode filled with exciting goodies. And just wait to the end. But before we get there, please, guys, help us grow the channel and please like and subscribe and make a comment below.
So, runes are reshaping how we think about using Bitcoin. Beyond just transactions, imagine using Bitcoin for more versatile applications like gaming, digital art, and digital finance. Runes allow users to etch and mint tokens directly on Bitcoin's blockchain, which opens up an absolute world of possibilities.
So, Ryan, you say world of possibilities. Bitcoin Runes is a couple of weeks old, and it's people are batting to understand the utility of it. So great, I go out and I mint, then I own it, but it's kind of lacking in some regard. So, what are some of the tech companies that are building in the space that could potentially reshape the way we see runes, reshape the way runes, basically is placed in the market, and basically could take it to that next level?
Yeah, so there's a lot of companies that are kind of jumping on the rune train, right? And it's opened up a whole new ecosystem. Bitcoin was always just a payment method, right? Then we had ordinals, then we had BRC20s. So, these are all just different ways to develop on the Bitcoin blockchain, some new innovative ideas. But then with Bitcoin runes, it's taking that to a whole new level. And we explained that in our episode a couple weeks ago where we really kind of did a deep dive into what runes are. But basically there's some cool companies out there. There's a new one coming out, DeFi Gold. Is one that I'm watching really closely, and they basically are going to be a full-on exchange for everything Bitcoin. So rather than having to go one place for runes, one place for ordinals, one place for Bitcoin, these guys are actually going to be an exchange that allows you to do real live swaps of runes and that kind of thing. So right now, when you go to mint a rune, and we're going to walk you through that in a little bit here. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to go out mint a rune. But right now, when you go to the site, you look for runes, and you maybe mint one out because you like it in some way or another, right? So you mint out that rune. Well, when you mint that, now you're kind of waiting on everybody else to mint it, right? There's not a real good way to swap runes with each other yet. Once they're minted out, it's, and they show up on some of these platforms like Magic Eden, for instance. Magic Eden has a whole area devoted to runes now. You can list your runes for sale there and buy runes there that are already, basically already minted out, and they've got some sort of a value to them. What DeFi Gold is going to do is actually have an exchange where you can actually swap for runes and swap runes themselves, which I think is really cool. So basically, DeFi Gold is going to support all Bitcoin address types. So Lightning Network, regular Bitcoin, DeFi wallets like Unisat, Xverse, Lether, and ordinals, runes, stacks. So basically, they're going to have an exchange where you can go on there and anything Bitcoin can be exchanged. And that's really cool. That's going to open up kind of this world of possibilities that I was talking about with DeFi for Bitcoin, actually being able to make smart contracts like you see on the Ethereum network, but on the Bitcoin network. Very cool, very innovative. And a lot of Bitcoin maximalists out there are going to say that, this is terrible for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is supposed to be a store of value like gold. But then you've got a whole nother world of people out there that are saying, listen, Bitcoin can do so much more. And they're making it happen. So I don't know which side is right. I know though that runes is kind of the hot new thing, so it's fun to play in, and we're gonna teach you how to mint some runes today.
And I think the important thing is the evolution of humans. It's like people just don't take the status quo as gospel. Now imagine if the maxis and Ethereum said, no, Ethereum should only be there for, Ethereum and only nothing else, and no DeFi should ever be built on it. You'd have no ecosystem, you'd have no innovation. So now that someone has found a way in which they can create an ecosystem, the maxis are like, whoa, let's try and stop this, but they can't stop it. It's evolution. If this guy doesn't, the guy who invented ordinals and ruins, if he doesn't create it, someone else is going to. So it's new, but will only time will tell. In the future, whether it's got legs or will the store of value just be a store of value such as Bitcoin. So in deep diving, and Ryan, you had to shower twice with the amount of deep diving you did over the weekend. So I want to understand, all right, and the guests want to understand, okay, cool. So I want to either edge, which is create my own collection, or I want to mint. Give us some of the platforms that you were deep diving on that are easy to use and obviously most cost effective, because when we're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking it can be very expensive. So I'm a layman's person. I just want to get onto a site that's easy to use, friendly, and cost effective. Can you run through some of the tips to save our followers some time and money?
Yeah, absolutely. So I went through an absolute ton of different platforms over the weekend, and during this week. Playing around, I did a little bit of etching just to play around. I did some minting, just wasting money, just buying stuff that I don't know if it's ever going to be anything, but it's all for the good of the experiment here. But and etching some stuff that some of the stuff I'm sure will be useless, but who knows? But anyway, through that research, I basically narrowed it down to a few sites that are user friendly and also inexpensive. So I'm going to share my screen here. Whenever you're going to do anything with runes or anything in the Bitcoin blockchain, you've got to get a wallet. And we've got another episode, in our Getting Started series that can take you through. It walks you through how to set up hot wallets. So if you go into that episode, if you're not familiar, it'll teach you how to set up hot wallets. Xverse is not one that we actually showed how to do on there, but it works exactly like all the others, like MetaMask and everything else. It's a Bitcoin wallet. So if you go to Xverse, you can come in here and you can install the Xverse wallet, which you can see here. You can download it for either Chrome or Android or Apple, whatever you want to do. You can install an Xverse wallet that way, and then you'll have a Bitcoin wallet. And basically at that point, what you're going to do is you're going to go to an exchange or wherever else that you have some Bitcoin, and you're going to send Bitcoin to your wallet. And then once you've got that, you're all set to go start playing around in the Runes ecosystem. I'll say, like, as far as user friendliness, I found Luminex is a good one. And you can see here it's luminex.io. Luminex is really easy to find runes on. If you go here to mint runes, you can see basically they're going to just list runes here by, this is listing them by, it looks like number of mints. You can do all different things. You can do descending or ascending orders of how many mints there have been, how many holders. You can organize this in a lot of different ways. And basically you can just kind of go on here and see what's still available. So like this uncommon goods, you can actually mint that one. These other ones here you can see are already fully minted out. Now, if you want to get into fully minted out runes, that's where you would go over to Magic Eden. So let's say you wanted to mint Satoshi Nakamoto. Well, unfortunately, it's already fully minted out. So what you could do, though, this is a very popular one, you could go over to Magic Eden and magiceden.io, click on runes, and you see Magic Eden is all about NFTs. They also, though, have started supporting runes. Runes are not NFTs. Runes are, NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. So each one is unique. Runes are actually fungible tokens. which means every single one is exactly the same and interchangeable. Right now, still the only way to exchange them on a secondary market. It kind of works like NFTs. That's why you're going to find them on Magic Eden. Very soon, once DeFi Gold launches, you're actually going to be able to swap them more like tokens. So we'll get into that when that actually happens. But for instance, okay, so we're talking about Satoshi Nakamoto, and here it is.
Is that
And
902 Bitcoins?
yeah, so we can click on
Sheesh.
Satoshi here. And yeah, you can see, you can go in here and let's say you want to buy 100 of them. They are currently selling for $2.66 a piece, 4,296 sats. So if I were to click this, I can connect my Bitcoin wallet and I can purchase that chunk of Satoshi Nakamoto runes. And I would have 100 of them. And you can see, you can go down here. People are offering all different quantities. And you could just click on it, buy it, and there you have it. And basically the whole purpose behind that, it's speculative, right? It's like anything, it's like most anything else in crypto. You're buying it to speculate that the price is going to go up down the line, and you'd be able to list it on here and sell it.
And at the moment, the creator does not get any royalties. He doesn't get any. The only people that actually make money off these mints are the actual Luminex exchange, as well as the Magic Eden when a transaction happens. But the actual creator doesn't get any. It doesn't get anything.
Yeah, that's true. There's not any creator fees or anything like that, like you would
Not
see with
yet. Not
NFTs.
yet.
Yeah, right. So that's Magic Eden if you want to buy in the secondary market. But let's say you want to mint, directly before they go to the secondary market. So you would come back here and you could just search through on Luminix, find one that you like. You like Gensler Cream Pies Yellen. So you can click on it if you want here. This gives you all the information. And you can mint it. Now, like I said, I do like the way Luminex kind of lays everything out for you, but I have found it's a little cheaper to use a couple of these other sites from when I was minting. So let's say you've got a rune that you actually, about it and you want to mint it. So let's say you do a little search for a rune that maybe you know the name of, like this one here. So like this one, you know the name of it. If I can click mint on this, it'll come over here. It shows me that only 3.39% of these have been minted so far. I can tell it how many times I want to mint. You can see there's one mint.
So does that mean that if I click, I want to mint one, it'll basically mint me 1,000?
Yeah, right. So the way this one is set up is 1,000 per mint, as you can see there. And it just depends how they set them up. So, like I said, there's a lot of different platforms. I think Luminix really lays it out nicely to where you can find them easily. Once you find them, you might want to go check and just, see the minting fees and that kind of thing, see which ones are cheaper. I'm going to jump over here to Xverse and we're going to try it out. So wallet.xverse.app. And if I click on runes, as you can see, not quite as easy to find them. They're just throwing the most popular ones up here. But if I already know what I'm searching for, because I found it on Luminix over there, I can type in the one that I was looking at over there, over on Luminix, and here it is. And it gives me the same information, rune number 64,847. So what that means, it was the 64,847th rune to be etched. Believe it or not, in just a couple weeks, there's been that many runes etched already. And it also shows you that there's a 1,000 limit per mint. So if I click mint over here, now this is kind of nice because it literally just immediately connects to my Xverse wallet and I can hit mint. So as we're moving into this, like I said, right now you're kind of bouncing around sites to find maybe the best ways to do things. Luminix isn't as easy to actually mint. It's easier to find them. Xverse, super easy to mint because it just connects right to your Xverse wallet. You hit mint and you go. There's another one that, again, not quite easy for finding things, but in my opinion, now this is the least expensive I found for both minting and etching is Unisat. So unisat.io, I found that my etching cost on Unisat was about 20% cheaper than actually etching on Xverse or Luminix. So it's something to keep in mind. I think it's because they limit their service fee, as you can see, to the first 25 items. And I found that minting was a little less expensive over here as well, probably for the same reason if you're minting any kind of quantity. So again, though, not all that easy to find things, but if I know, here's my mint, I know what I'm looking for. So we'll just do that same one that we were looking at over there. And we can say how many times we want to repeat the mint. And I know it's 1,000 per mint. We'll just say I want to mint 17 times. So I'm going to mint 17,000 of these puppies, right? So if I hit next, it will bring up all the different ancestral mojo mints that are going to happen for me here. And if I scroll down, it'll ask, do I want to send all of these to a single address, or would I like to send them to multiple addresses? So you can actually mint here and send off to multiple addresses. Right here, you're going to put in your address to receive the assets. And I already have a wallet connected there, so I'm going to go ahead and receive them there. This shows me my network fee. And right now, the fees are pretty inexpensive, 17 sats. If I wanted to, if it was a really competitive one that I was going to mint, I could use custom, use higher sats so that it'll happen faster. This one, you could tell there wasn't a ton of activity on it. It looks like it's something in stealth right now. So I think we're safe with the normal minting. And you can see, for me to mint those 17,000 of that particular item is going to cost me $59 in fees right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just do it while we're on here. So as you can see here, it says inscribing order. It wants me to pay. So would I like to pay with Bitcoin on an invoice or just pay with my connected wallet? I'm just going to pay with my connected wallet. So we'll hit confirm, and we can see it is pending right now. And it's going to show all of my mints. So I did 17 mints there of 1,000 units each. And it shows you each individual one here, which wallet it's going to. And you can see, so this is pending. Now it just told me that my payment went through. So on the Bitcoin blockchain, everything takes a little while. I know when I did this earlier over the weekend when it was a little busier, it took almost an hour for one of my payments to go through. So Bitcoin blockchain can be a bit slow, but basically the nice thing about like Unisat, when you're using this, all you got to do is log back in with your wallet and it'll, it's already all happening on chain. So once you click that payment, everything's just going to happen without you sitting here staring at it. So you can just let it sit. And now you can see it's inscribing and it says wait for confirmation. So we have 17 mints that are unconfirmed, 0 confirmed so far. So now we're just going to be waiting for all of these mints, these 17 mints that I did, to go ahead and confirm. I close that, and now you can see that I have an order here that is pending. And basically, if I go away from this site and come back, as long as I log in with my wallet address, I'll be able to see what's happening. Probably take a few hours on the blockchain for all 17 of those to confirm and to end up in my wallet. That's simple as that. So like I said, Luminix, very easy to find runes. Xverse, very easy to mint right directly out of a wallet. But my favorites for etching and minting that I have found is Unisat. So unisat.io. Like I said, so far I've found it to be about 20% cheaper than the others for both minting and etching. And it's fast, it's easy. That would be my recommendation.
And guys, also, if you're edging your own collection, there's a couple of things that Ryan found out as well, that the size of your image also determines the cost factor. Ryan, can you just explain a little bit more about the actual image that it gets associated with your collection?
Oh, sure. So if you're etching, so etching is the other side of this. Etching is when you're actually creating a rune.
Mm.
What I was just showing you was minting. So minting the rune, you're minting something that somebody has already etched. Etching the rune, you're actually creating your own collection. If you're going to etch it, yes, whatever you use as a logo image, for instance, will make a giant difference. I was playing around etching just some random stuff, and I noticed the first time I put a logo that was pretty small logo anyway. It was like 180 kilobytes or something, and that mint,
Mhm.
because of all the space it was going to take on the Bitcoin blockchain with 180 kilobytes a million times or whatever, that mint was actually going to cost me like that etch I should say was actually going to cost me about $1,800. I then changed that size, right, the logo size, from 180 kilobytes down to an 18, or actually a little less, about 14 kilobyte file. And that 14 kilobyte file only cost me $80 to do that same mint. So the exact same mint, just taking that logo down from 184 kilobytes to 14 kilobytes, took the cost of the mint from $1,800 all the way down to $80. So that's an absolute huge difference. So basically, if you want to etch something, if you got an idea, make a small logo. Don't take up a ton of space out
Mm.
there. Don't take up a ton of fees while you're trying to get the minting done. That's some advice I can give you as far as etching goes.
And everything's about cost saving. So very, very interesting. And also remember, guys, it's not an NFT as per it's not a non-fungible token, it's a fungible token. So that image gets replicated on all the mints. As opposed to an NFT, which is one of, it's a unique version of that. So just understand that. And that's why the kilobytes make a difference. So you'll see some guys use animation. Um, Good luck. If you've got some heavy bags, great. But remember, if you're building a project, it's not so much the image that you should be worried about. It's more the utility. How can the community benefit from it? What can you do with it? And how can it make your community money, or flipping it in whatever realm. So that's what you need to be focusing on, not so much the actual image of that.
Yeah, and honestly, right now, everything that I've seen in runes so far has been basically meme coins, right?
Mm.
It's like meme coins on Bitcoin. Haven't seen anything that really has much utility at all as of yet. Now, I have a feeling that's probably going to change in the future here, probably in the near future. But as of yet, yeah, everything just seems to be meme coins. So if you want to start your own meme coin, I will say this is by far the easiest way to do it. I've played around with Solana blockchain. I've played around with Base, and I've played around with Ethereum for a long time. And there's all kinds of no code sites out there where you can go, you can make a meme coin, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money, and it's a little bit time consuming. This making a meme coin on Bitcoin through these runes, etching is as easily as simple as minting. I mean, you click the etch button instead of the mint button, and you put in your parameters as far as your name and how many of them you want to mint, and click make collection. So very, very easy way. If you have a cool idea and you want to make yourself a meme coin, go for it. And it doesn't really cost you that much to do it either, as long as, like I said, if you keep that logo size small, it's pretty inexpensive to make yourself a meme coin. You can go out there, and even if you just want to put your face out on the Bitcoin blockchain, you can do it pretty inexpensively. So.
Guys, and there you have it, a quick dive into the world of Bitcoin runes. If you fancy yourself wanting to mint your very first rune, follow the steps that Ryan has laid out. That ancient Mojo rune, probably nothing. And yeah, guys, just remember that it's just the beginning, and there's a lot more to explore, and it's exciting. So sometimes getting in there first does pay off, but who knows? Who knows? This is crypto.
Absolutely. So, hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives here. And until next time, keep your wallet secure and your minds open. Goodbye from Dad's Gone Crypto. See you
Happy
guys.
minting, guys. Ciao.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.